I wouldn't have picked Vice President Trump to be vice president, but I think she was not qualified to be president.
Joe. Joe.
So Joe Biden is not doing well. This man is not well. He gave a speech recently, his first press conference since the terrible debate, and he is trying to get people to believe that he is okay. And then he mixes up Vice President Kamala Harris with Donald Trump, saying that Trump is his vice president. Let's go ahead and jump into the video, and then we'll talk about it.
Mr. President, your political future has hung over the NATO summit a little bit this week. Speaker Pelosi made a point of suggesting that your decision on whether to stay in the race was still open. George Clooney and a handful of lawmakers have called on you to step aside. Reuters is reporting tonight that UAW leadership is concerned about your ability to win.
UAW just endorsed me, but go ahead.
Thank you. My question for you is, how are you incorporating these developments into your decision to stay? And separately, what concerns do you have about Vice President Harris's ability to beat Donald Trump if she were at the top of the ticket?
Look, I wouldn't have picked Vice President Trump to be vice president, but I think she was not qualified to be president. So let's start there. Number one, the fact is that the consideration is that I think I'm the most qualified person to run for president. I beat him once, and I will beat him again. Secondly, the idea, I served in the Senate a long time. The idea that senators and congressmen running for office worry about the ticket is not unusual. And I might add, there are at least 5 presidents running or incumbent presidents who had lower numbers than I have now, later in the campaign. So there's a long way to go in this campaign. And so I'm just going to keep moving. And because, look, I got more work to do. We've got more work to finish. There's so much, we've made so much progress. Think about it. Think about where we are economically relative to the rest of the world. Name me a world leader who wouldn't want to trade places with our economy. We've created over 800,000 manufacturing jobs, 1.5 million, so things are moving. We got more to go. Working class people still need help. Corporate greed is still at large. The corporate profits have doubled since the pandemic. They're coming down. And so I'm optimistic about where things are going.
Yeah, guys. So he said that Vice President Kamala Harris is not actually his vice president. It's actually Donald Trump. Donald Trump is his vice president, and he just kept on speaking. And I think members of the media figured it out, like, don't correct him. Just let him keep going. He at no point corrected himself. Also, this cough that he has, he said that, it's because he was sick of the debate. That's why he had this performance. But then he did an interview with George Stephanopoulos, and he seemed all right there. And now he's coughing again. It really does look like he's undergoing a serious decline. And no one wants to fess up to it. The people around him are actively working to cover it up. And to make matters worse, this guy literally just said that, there's no president in any other country that wouldn't want to trade positions with him right now when you look at how great the economy is. Yeah, this is insane. This is absolutely insane. The prices today are 4 times higher on average than they were in 2020. 2024, our prices are 4 times higher than they were in 2020. And he's saying that we have the best economy now, and who wouldn't want to have these wonderful times? I don't know. He is so disconnected from reality, and him and the people around him are using copium so hard, it's insane, gaslighting the rest of us.
I feel like I'm gonna be sick. I just looked through my Walmart history, and I found this Walmart order from 2 years ago for the whole month worth of groceries. 45 items cost $126. A whole month of groceries just for me, basically. But I did notice this reorder all button, and I wanted to see how much it would cost now. Now, this order of 45 items for 1 month would have cost $414. That is 4 times more. How the fuck? How? Like, what?
Yeah. And Joe is saying, who would want an economy like this? Things are great. Everything's going well. And we've got a lot more work to do. And just remember that, sure, his numbers in the polls are low, but there have been many other presidents who've had these kinds of numbers. And no matter what, I'm going to win. So it doesn't actually matter. What the heck does that mean?
I feel like I'm gonna be sick.
Okay, so I had to see if this was true because I've been doing grocery orders for as far back as I think 2019 since I was pregnant with my son. But the farthest back I went on my Fred Meyer app just to see was a year ago in March 2023, and let me show you. I don't know why my voice cut out, but here I'm showing you that I picked this up March 13th. This was 2023, and the total was $193.72. And then if you look down, there's an add all to cart button. So I press that and look, $321 for the same stuff. And do you see how it says you have items up there that are no longer available? There were 9 items that were no longer available. And it was like a bunch of snacks too. So more of the expensive stuff. It was like a box of chips that's worth $20 and things like that. So 9 items out of that original order not there, and it's still $321. This is why we cannot afford groceries.
Guys, you're seeing it with your own 2 eyes. All right. You're seeing the economy. You're seeing Biden boasting about all the jobs, even though everyone is struggling to find work right now. Saying that this is the greatest economy ever. Talking about his performance as acting like we cannot clearly see that he's undergoing a significant decline. I don't know. It's an absolute joke right now. Absolute joke what we're looking at. Guys, this is a new depression. And that's like best case scenario. Best case scenario. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying the content, consider checking out and signing up for my personal newsletter, for my new newsletter, to get my personal thoughts and insights. There's a link to it in the description of the video. It is lit. And also join the Angry Guy community on Locals. If you want to support the channel or gain access to exclusive content, then check us out on Locals. There's a link to a description in the description of the video. It's angrygalaxy.com, linked in the description. Guys, it's not going to get any better. There's an article right now that I'm checking out, and it says America is on the brink of an unemployment fiasco. Right? As if things weren't bad enough right now. This article just came out, and it says for the first time in 3 years of recovery since 2020, the labor market was one of the bright spots that helped drive American world leading economic boom. But increasingly, there are signs that the job market is losing some steam, whether it's hard data like the unemployment rate or sentiment-based surveys of businesses. It's clear that the labor market has cooled off. This cooling off should be a cause for concern because unemployment tends to be inevitable, like a rock rolling down a hill. Once it starts to move, it tends to keep moving in that direction, and unless someone steps out in front of the rock to slow it down, the recent deterioration raises the possibility of a further increase in unemployment. It's clear that the Federal Reserve should be the force to slow down the sliding job market. What the Fed does next will greatly affect the chances of avoiding a larger increase in unemployment. It spent the past few years raising interest rates in an attempt to slow down the rapidly increasing prices, but with inflation largely tamed, the risk have now shifted towards the labor market. Waiting too long to lower interest rates to support the economy will only increase the odds of the job market breaking down. Guys, the job market is terrible right now, and they're fudging the numbers. Full-time jobs are at a record time low, while they've only been creating part-time and seasonal jobs and then passing those off as full employment. If you look at what's happened over the last couple of years, the government has given large companies a lot of cover as they've been firing left and right. Microsoft, Google, Facebook, okay, they've all been firing rapidly while Apple has slowed down on hiring. And they're continuing to do this. There's been so many losses in tech, so many losses in the gaming industry. Guys, when everything falls out and they can't hide it anymore, what do you think is going to happen? The employers, they're going to use it as a means of ushering in AI to replace these jobs. And these jobs are never coming back. I've said it plenty of times that those luxurious 9-to-5 jobs are gone and they are not coming back. The gig economy that people have tried to turn into full-time work and live off, DoorDash and Grubhub and Uber Eats, those jobs are going to be gone soon. The gig economy is oversaturated. There are too many people trying to live off it. And I guarantee you, even if you were only making $5 an hour in the gig economy, there would still be an abundant number of people, tons of people fighting for that $5 an hour. Most people do not understand what it means to starve, to be hungry, to feel like there's no way of getting a dime to your name. Okay? Guys, many of you know what I'm talking about when you've hit rock bottom and you're like, how do I come back from this? What do I do? Like when you end up homeless, you're like, you think it's going to be forever. You don't see any silver lining. And the only thing you can do is take advantage of any opportunity that comes along and run with it. And then keep on fighting from there. People today are so like Gen Z, they're done. There's no way these young people are going to be able to pull themselves through this when they can't live at home anymore and homelessness arise and hunger arise. These are not people built for hard times. They'll be out there squatting and stealing. That's going to be Gen Z. That's them right now, and they're going to be full. Right now they're going to go into their full blown hippie era where it's going to be horrible. All right, these people sleeping in the streets, sleeping in going over and squatting in any house they can find. Stealing everywhere they can steal. Like guys, they're stealing from credit card companies rapidly right now as a result of what they're doing. Either and more than likely it could be a combination. Credit card companies are going to be cracking down on consumers, making it harder to use credit, to take out, to purchase things, and to make it not only will it affect everyone, but they may even target Gen Zs, especially people in this age group. So for example, just like how if you're younger, you'll pay typically higher insurance premiums when you're driving. So you'll pay for driving insurance, auto insurance, you'll have to pay higher premiums. They'll do the same thing with Gen Z and say, yeah, you guys are dishonest, so you're going to have to pay a higher premium. You're going to have to pay higher interest rates, and there's going to be some restrictions placed upon how you're allowed to use it. And for example, you want to make an order, you're going to have to go through a larger verification process. Guys, like I'm telling you guys, where it's headed? It's headed where you want to place an order through an app, and these companies are going to require that you have to use your smartphone to scan your face. Okay? And it's going to do like a biometric scan. I'm calling it right now because of all of the fraud that Gen Z is doing. And it's just going to give companies another means of controlling us. You're going to have to do like a biometric scan. Oh, you want to use your card? You're going to have to do a biometric scan of your face, just like we had to do back in 2020, to verify that you are the person who is actually making the purchase. And then by doing that, if you attempt to say that you didn't do it, then they'll say, oh yeah, and what was this? We did a biometric scan of your face. And we know with iPhones, oh, they're perfect at this. They're perfect at this. And Android phones can all do them as well. All right? A lot of services are requiring it now. That's where we're going. Where if you want to use your card, they're going to do a biometric scan of your face. Even going to the grocery store is going to do a biometric scan of your face. Want to go to Walmart? Biometric scan of your face. Okay? And it's just being stored. It's not, we're not taking it, but it's stored it's just used by the credit card and credit card agent. They'll lie to your damn face. It's just being used by the credit card agency to verify that you're the person using the card, in case of fraud. But we don't store your information. This is not, they'll lie to you. It doesn't matter. What are people going to do? Say no? No, I refuse. I'll just use cash. No, you won't. You're broke. You need to use your credit card. You need to use your card. Oh, you want to use your debit card? Same thing. You need to use your card. If you don't use, you'll use your credit card as a debit. Same thing. Okay. If you want to use credit, you're gonna have to have your face scanned. And if you say no, then no food for you. No soup for you. It's like the soup guy from the 90s on Seinfeld. No soup for you. I think I did a damn good job right there with that. First time ever doing it. I feel good. I'm not gonna test the waters again, but my gosh, I just killed it. That's New York in me. That's the New York in me. USA, USA, USA. Guys, this economy is terrible, and this man is not well. Biden is not well. He needs to go rest. He needs to go and get some sleep now. He needs to go get some sleep now. Take it easy, and just go figure some stuff out, because this is not it, guys. What do you think regarding all of this? He's not well. The economy's not well. Many of us are not doing well. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and we'll talk about it there. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away, and cheers.